this is Mazo, your usual host. Today we have a bit of a change of plans. This was a recording that we made just before our JROCK News Pulse event that we held at Shinjuku Anti-Knock to celebrate our 10th anniversary. But things were really crazy, so the editing didn't get done until way later. I think everyone kind of knows now that I'm really bad at doing things on time. But we're putting it out to you anyway. We had to record this in a karaoke booth because Japanese apartments are small, and probably the only one we could have used would have been mine. And it's been dubbed the hentai dungeon because my interests are everywhere. So I didn't want to bring the staff into a dungeon and try and act like we were happy to be there and talk about music. But hopefully the audio's not too bad for you. Did what I can to make it sound good. And hopefully you can enjoy kind of our hype leading up to the show and a little bit of insight into what it's like to try and build one of these things. So thanks for listening, and please bear with the reduced audio quality. Thank you. All right, everyone, here we are. Not in the bath this time, unfortunately. Or fortunately. We are in Shinjuku doing a live recording from a karaoke shop. So the audio is going to be a little bit different this time, lower quality. We'll do our best to get everything out of there, but we're just down the street from Shinjuku Anti-Knock, which is where our big event, 10-year anniversary, will be taking place. And I'll be your host today, Mazo, with special guest, NBT. Woohoo! Okay, that was interesting. And we have the specialist guest today. We're going to be using, your name will be Laura, correct?
Yes, today I will be known as Laura, but if you see me on the JROCK News website, you will see me as Aphania.
I don't know who you are. I only know about Aphania.
Oh, I am the person who hides inside Aphania. So Aphania is my mech suit. And I'm the little pilot inside the brain, making sure everything goes from Japanese to English.
Okay, so Laura is the Gundam pilot.
Yes.
Okay,
it's pretty metal. Yeah. But so we're here, and the reason we're doing this specific episode is kind of our own promotional kind of thing, because behind the scenes, NBT here hasn't been doing much, but Laura has been basically backpacking the entire JROCK News team up a steep mountain to make our first live event.
I would say that's accurate. And I would also say that having our own kind of event has been our dream for the longest time. So it's really something that we're able to do this for our 10th anniversary.
Yeah! I mean, where is it? We're like mid-August now, right?
Yeah.
And we've been working on setting this all up since January. Just to give you an idea of how much time it's taken to get everything together. But the idea sort of came to be last year, actually. So it's been pretty well over a year in the works.
So let me just slap you first.
Ah!
And tell us about the bands that will be playing.
Oh my gosh! So this is our very first event. So we have quite if I say so myself, quite a sick lineup considering it's our first event. We have the almighty, all-powerful, heaviest Nocturnal Bloodlust.
Yeah!
Woohoo! And then coming in strong as our second batter. Well, not really second, because they're going second to last. I don't know how baseball works. I don't know if you can tell. But we have GUNGIRE! And then we also have the ever so wonderful SLOTHREAT, who will be joining us.
Yeah, can you say the pronunciation again?
SLOTHREAT.
SLOTHREAT.
It's SLOTHREAT.
Yes.
Okay, always wondered.
Yeah.
Always wondered.
So yeah, when you
Never
see
said
it in English, it looks like it should say SLOTHREAT, but when you read it in katakana, it's SLOTHREAT.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so SLOTHREAT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! And then we got all the way from Osaka, Dimrays are coming.
Yeah,
metalcore.
Yeah, metalcore from Osaka. Who else we got? We got Mellows, the adorable Mellows.
Cute metal.
Cute metal.
All metal is cute.
So they specifically use the term cute metal, so it's not kawaii metal.
It's not,
Oh.
but it is kawaii.
So going from kawaii to something other kawaii.
We got the punk idol herself, Mad Jamie.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's, we originally planned for 5 bands, but we have 6, which is kind of awesome, really. It's gonna be a really, really fun, really like a good mixture of sound, all of them heavy in some way, shape, or form, but we got a whole range from like metalcore all the way to kind of like brutal death stuff, and cute, and punk, and happy, and angry. It's gonna be good fun. Like, you're gonna be missing out if you're not here in person, or if you don't watch the stream that will be available worldwide.
Live stream. Yeah, I don't know why I put like melodies to all my reactions, but anyway, if you guys didn't notice, like the program that we have, it actually starts from like it goes on the opposite end that we just talked about. So it goes from Mad Jamie to Mellows to Dimrays, and then to SLOTHREAT, and also GUNGIRE, and then NOCTURNAL BLOODLUST. And that order is essentially going from the most kawaii to like the most metal.
Would you say that? I thought you were going to say least kawaii. We don't mean that, no.
Wow.
You guys can be kawaii if you want to.
But like all of them are kawaii in their own ways, but it's more that in terms of like the way they balance it.
Yeah, the evening's going to start off fairly light, and then gradually, as we go through, it's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yeah, and Mad Jamie's like tagline or slogan is kawaii is fuck.
Yeah.
And then we go to cute metal, Mellows, and then Dimrays is like they're fucking heavy.
Yes, they are. They're quite an interesting mixture. They do like metalcore, but also they mix in a lot of elements from other genres, so they're quite interesting. They're really, really good fun to watch.
Yeah. So the reason why I say they're like a transition between like the kawaii and the metal is like because they're also a girl duo.
Yes.
On the setup, even though they make the heaviest shit ever.
This is the way it should be.
Yeah.
All the girls making the heavy shit. Yes, give it to me in my veins, straight in.
Yeah. Osaka has a very lively live house scene, so it's excellent that we're able to bring them to Tokyo. Yeah. So you were saying before I slapped you that that we've been working on this since January.
Yes.
So how has it been working on it?
It's mostly it's been a lot of waiting. Like, this is the reality of kind of setting up any event, really, is that you're going to spend a lot of time getting all of your chess pieces in order before you can make your move, right? So it all starts out with, I have contact with the venue, with Antinoc, because I go there quite regularly. Too regularly, some might say, but I don't think it's enough personally. So I knew the staff there, so before we even put this into motion, back in, I think it was December 2024, I asked the staff at Antioch, hey, if we wanted to do an event, like when do I need to tell you by? When do I need to book this in? And they were like, when are you thinking of doing it? Oh, maybe September next year? Like summer next year? You better tell me now. Okay, cool. So we locked in the date for the event way ahead of having anything else decided. We just knew we were going to do it.
Even before then, I think we also put like a poll on Twitter.
Yeah?
Sorry, X. Elon X.
We are X.
We are okay. We are X. We did a little poll to see like when people would be in Japan, and of course we wanted to respect people's schedule or their travel plans, but it's also very difficult to setting a date so far ahead in time and also try to make please everyone. So this was a balance of that, and also like like summer. If it's like during summer or any like other peak seasons, it's actually really difficult to get to Japan because it's expensive and also there's too many people during those times.
But the yen is so weak now.
You're weak. But yeah, so that was like almost like the, how would you say it, like before it all started actually. And also something else before that started, like one of the guy who kind of like was the instigator. Would you say it like that?
I'd say that the spark.
This spark was actually Club G's Hoshiko, the guy who actually coined the term Visual-kei.
The OG.
Yeah, the OG guy, also
OG.
known as Visual-kei Oyaji. So last year we were actually meeting up with him and we were just chatting and I think we just like casually mentioned, yeah, next year is gonna be JROCK News 10th anniversary. Also I think casually suggested, but like in a serious way, that we should probably host like an event. And my reaction, I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like we had that as a goal a long time ago, but we never really actually set anything in motion yet. And yeah, it's gonna remain a dream. We thought it was gonna be too complicated. I still think it's complicated. We didn't have like Laura's help here and Hoshiko's fire, his spirit. We would not have been able to do this. Yeah, the team and I are forever grateful for this happening.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
The eye contact.
Yeah.
Forever.
It hasn't happened yet as of today of recording, but we are soon there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what this recording is, right? It's the hype event. It's letting people know.
Yeah.
Hype!
Yeah, the hype event, and yeah, so we're gonna try to persuade you to buy some tickets, either to the in-person events or the live stream event, and of course believe that live stream is a important part of this.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way.
Very.
Yeah.
It's like these, I think Nocturnal Bloodlust especially, they don't really do live streams either, so this is a very rare opportunity for people overseas to get to see them live, really. Like, you might not be there in person. Cast your minds back to about 5 years ago when you didn't leave your house and everything happened through the computer screen. Except now you can go outside and have fun. But also, you are more connected than ever with everything to the entire world through the internet. And you get to enjoy them, you know, from the comfort of your own home. Don't cry, it's okay.
But Mazo, you had a story maybe you could rehash, for example, when you were seeing Devoluve online.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw them. I think it was a Facebook stream.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, no offense to anyone involved, forever grateful that it happened, but it was really low quality.
Yeah.
Like it was I think literally one of the staff's phone, and it was great. Like my friend and I, we watched it together. He was at his house, you know, at his desk, and we were like, this is amazing. Like I desperately want to go see them because of how cool this was. And I think to this day they've only toured South America and Europe, so it's still not really been a thing for a lot of people. So that's why I've always liked live streaming for lives.
So they haven't even toured Europe yet.
Oh, not yet?
Yeah. Well, what has that? No. It's the one in Sweden at least is happening in November.
Okay.
So I believe the other dates are like on the same like month. But yeah, the whole thing that like regardless if it was low quality or anything, I think the fans like Mazo was very, how would you say, grateful for that. That's I mean. It's very unusual that you would get a band to actually live stream stuff and also on Facebook from like, yeah, it doesn't happen often. So I was also very grateful for that happening. And that was thanks to V-Star Promotion, who just like casually just did it. And yeah, and I also think the connection is not very good at live houses. So
I mean, unless you're on their actual internet.
Yeah,
like
perhaps.
Antinoch has Wi-Fi, for example,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
when it's bumping, it doesn't work very well.
okay, you're usually too busy to look at your phone during shows anyway. You should be having a good time. Get off your phone. Pay attention to the things in front of you. I will get off my soapbox now.
But what about recording it?
On your phone?
Yeah.
I have many opinions, and
We've-
none of them are good.
Yeah, we've covered it here before. We all have opinions.
Yeah.
I've heard it argued different ways, but this is another point.
Yeah. But I mean, another aspect is also that some bands actually like the idea of being promoted like that. Some others not so much.
Yeah, when I went to the Otaku Slam tour, one of the bands that went up, they were more of a Visual-kei style band, but they were like, get out your phones, record this, we're gonna go viral today. And I was like, wow, like that's intense. Like they really wanted people recording.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for Visual-kei, it's usually the opposite. Like, I
Yeah.
know that a lot of them are very careful about their image when it comes to recorded footage and photographs and things, because they want to look their best, you know? You don't want like some random 180-degree close to the floor upshot of sexy guitarist chin floating around on the internet.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna go that way, that Laura just described, like for a Visual-kei band, but that's usually like how you expect it to be.
Yeah, that's usually what you expect, which is why I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's one format that goes on where basically the entire show is no recording allowed, but they'll have like one song where it's like, okay, everybody, you can get your phones out now, and now you can record. And I kind of like that better, because then, you know, you've got 90% of the time that you are free to enjoy yourself, and you don't have to worry about trying to look over a sea of smartphones to get a look at the stage, or worry about dropping your phone in the mosh or something. And then, you know, everybody's like, oh, okay, cool, it's smartphone time, so everybody's a little bit more chill and taking pictures and videos, and it's kind of nice, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if we jump back a little bit to the lineup that we have for the event, as we mentioned, we had 6 bands. So let's talk a little bit about our experience with these bands. So let's start with Mazzo.
Well, I mean, Laura mentioned how she's always at Anti-Knock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there nearly as often, but it is definitely my favorite live house in Japan. And the band I see there the most is GUNGIRE. Like, anytime I can, I'll go, especially if it's Anti-Knock, because it's guaranteed good times.
Mm-hmm.
The staff there is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it feels like another home in a way. I've never accidentally brushed up against another fan or something there and been like, oh, sorry, and then they're like, oh, you know, everybody's just chill. It's just really nice vibes there, and the music is fantastic. The pits get awesome. There's surfing, there's lifts. I've seen idols there. I've seen metal bands there. It's fantastic. So, but yeah, GUNGIRE is the one I have the most experience with, and they're gonna be great. Like, Anti-Knock's kind of like their live house in some ways, I think, because like they're always there. Sometimes they're there watching, sometimes they're there performing, and like staff knows Matsu's favorite beer. Like,
I mean, it's really hard not to at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, hands down, no biases here, but Shinjuku Anti-Knock is the best live house.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the bands that I really like also play there. So, I don't know, it's just something that good bands get attracted to. Like goes kind of like hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, Maximum the Hormone played there.
Was that the Maximum the Hormone and Hanabiye show?
That was the one, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Like, both of these bands typically play way bigger venues, and yet they're in this like 200 capacity underground like basement live house in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I wanted to get a ticket, but I knew if I did, I would have died. I would have physically perished from the sheer force of the mosh. Like, Hormone is the only band where no matter where I've stood in like a 2,000 or 3,000 person venue, I have not felt safe. In a good way,
Yeah,
you know, I don't fear for my life, but also like, I don't really want to get punched in the face right now, so I'm gonna stand on the, oh, nope, everybody's coming over here too. Okay, cool, I guess I'll get punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we all know that Maximum the Hormone is like extremely popular in Japan. But like, not only that, with the combination with like Hanabiye, I mean, Hanabiye even sold out a show in Sweden, like the remote north in Europe. Like, only like Polar Bear lives in Sweden. Like, so to get a full house there.
That's pretty crazy. Like, I remember seeing Hanabiye back in 2019 when they were just babies at Cyclone in Shibuya, which is another really nice live house, by the way. If you ever get the opportunity to go, please do. Lots of fun events everywhere. There's so many.
I got tacos there.
Tacos?
Yeah, they had an event.
There were just tacos at.
No, I'll digress. We'll keep on talking.
But yeah, that was, right before the dark times. It was, I think, Fake Island, Matsumoto, who plays guitar for GUNGIRE, his old band, Hanabie, and there was this like gal idol group who were absolutely incredible. They don't do anything anymore. I think they were called Black Diamond from 2000. And they were just,
I know.
The most perfect like 2000 like Heisei era gal group. It was wonderful. I had a great time. Anyway, back to our event.
Wait, do they still have the bar?
The bar?
Black Diamond. Didn't do a bar thing.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. A lot has changed in the
Okay.
last like 5 or 6 years. And I have been...
Call of Duty's still the same.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. They haven't changed the formula for about 20 years at this point.
And the large installs are still there.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's actually getting bigger, probably.
More gigabytes for the same game we've been playing since you were 12.
And so my power grows. But you were saying, back to our event.
Yeah, back to our event.
Back to our event. Yeah! Antinoc is my favorite venue. I don't know if you can tell. But it's just really good vibes all around. It's chill. The staff are lovely. Some of them even speak a little bit of English. So if you speak English and you don't speak any Japanese, you don't have to worry about that either. The drinks are reasonably priced. There's coin lockers. And the floor is not sticky. Which is a really big plus point, I think, in a venue where people are moshing and getting drunk at the same time. Like, I've never been to a venue in the UK before I moved to Japan that didn't have those. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you walk across the venue floor and you're just like,
Yeah, you hear it also. Like, yeah.
and nothing's happened yet. This is the state of the floor.
That's the default. Yeah.
The default floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like that. Oh, it's lovely and clean, wonderful.
I never thought of that as like a good point, but
It is.
yeah, it is one, but like I haven't thought about it.
I guess I don't know, because I used to live in the UK, right? I'm from the UK originally. I know I don't sound it. I know. But every venue floors I ever went to in the UK, whether it was a big venue or like a tiny pub, if it's a pub, it's going to be like beer stained carpet kind of a thing. Smells like home, you know? But
I've
if
heard that.
if it's a big venue, the floor is always going to be like concrete or like that weird rubber kind of coating stuff, and it's always going to be weirdly sticky. But yeah, lighthouses here are pretty clean in general. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But Antinoc's still the best.
Yes.
And that's why our event is at Antinoc.
I mean, there's something also with Antinoc that the capacity is like around 300, right?
About 200.
Okay, 200. So
Were you not listening earlier?
I did say that Laura did like 90% of this stuff, so maybe I said that off shoot, like, but still. But yeah, so there's something about the capacity that Antinoc has that also makes it such a good live house. I think it's, for example, Gazette, they are playing typically now on like bigger venues. And they did have a tour when they played at smaller venues to kind of like relive those like old moments. And I think the reason for wanting to do that is because we're much more closer to the audience and there's more of a connection that way. So having a bigger like a venue with more people usually means like, yeah, it's a great show, like show in the sense that, oh, a lot of people came to see the band and it's a great success in that sense. But for smaller venues, that's I think where you really like feel the connection with the artist, and I think that's for me at least more important.
Yeah, no, I mean that's always described as like you said, like the intimacy of the venue. Antinoc is without a doubt a very intimate venue. Not to make it sound too touchy, but it really is. Like every band I've ever seen there, it's like I'm there.
Yeah.
The past couple podcasts have been me mostly just complaining about bad live houses, and the live houses aren't really bad. The staff aren't bad. It's just structurally there's something wrong with pillars. Antinoc doesn't have pillars. It's a basement venue, and there is not a bad spot to stand in. You can stand anywhere. You're gonna see everything. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't have anything to add to that.
But yeah, so for the bands that are playing, for me, like I love all of the bands that we have lined up. So I'm super excited about it.
Oh my god, he's vibrating in his chair.
My man's jazz.
Yeah, I'm all. Don't you see him that my pants are wet as well?
Oh shit, he's feeling it.
He's wearing black, we can't tell.
And I have a bowl beneath me to catch it.
There we go.
Okay, but so we all know that we're pretty hyped about it, like at this point. But like the bands that are playing, like we really love these bands, and like we also hope that a lot of you guys who don't really know about them yet will love to see their performance after watching the live stream. We've been covering some of these bands more extensively, and some we might not even have touched on, like Mellows. But I've been wanting to write about them, and they're like one of my, like, in terms of like the underground bands, they're really like up there for me at least. It's one of the bands that I really like. And also, if you guys didn't know, their vocalist used to be in a idol group called Paspo, and Paspo charted the Oricon weekly, like with their first single. They reached #1. Like she was like a big deal back then. I mean, she's a big deal still to me at least. But to see her play in a metal band, from idol to metal, but I like she was into metal. Like all the fans knew about it. But it's crazy that she actually pursued it. I'm very excited to see them play in our event. Of course, I've seen them play before, but now they're like playing not for JROCK News, but like we were the one who made it happen. Like for this stage. So I'm very happy about that.
I keep hearing a lot of we. I'm just saying, Laura's right here.
I mean, I couldn't have done this without JROCK News being JROCK News. So, you know, without everything that came before, this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
So basically, we built you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing on the shoulders of giants, as it were.
Yeah, thank you, me.
Quite literally.
Yeah, I'm not very tall.
If you can't tell.
Yeah, I recall a story about being tossed around like a pizza.
Oh, yeah. I haven't actually been tossed around by a pizza. I've just been threatened to be tossed around like a pizza. More on that at the news at 5.
Yeah. That was a good one. But I mean, kind of going down the list, I guess. Again, we have varying experiences with each of these groups. Mad Jamie is going to be our opener. You have a bit more experience with Mad Jamie. I may have seen Mad Jamie more than you, interestingly enough, but
yeah, I mean, Mad Jamie was a like kind of like a wild card, I would say, because she was playing in Sweden, in Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden, where PewDiePie comes from.
Oh yeah, the algorithm loves that.
So in the land of PewDiePie, we were very honored to have Mad Jamie play. It was at a convention called NARCON, and that's like the biggest kind of like Japanese anime-inspired type of convention in the Nordic area. Either the Nordic or like the Scandinavian area. I don't forgot what they actually branded with. So in Sweden, there's like a association that are fans of Japanese music and especially idol music. So that they're called Swedish Japanese something association, and SJPA, Swedish Japanese Performance of Performing Association, like something like that. But essentially, they.
It's okay, yeah.
So they invited Mad Jamie to play, and essentially, when she was playing in Europe again, like the next year, she started touring Europe. we caught up with her and we did an interview with her again, and they made time for us. So it was very kind of them to do that, because they weren't. They were traveling across Sweden to go to the venue where they were playing, so it wasn't like they weren't always like very close to where I live for that stuff. But we got that sorted out, and then essentially, Mad Jamie has been a band we've been keeping an eye on, and we thought they were a perfect match for this event as well, especially with the kind of like kawaii to metal theme that we were doing, and also Mad Jamie is also very like Visual-kei inspired in a sense because of the musicians that play their music and also play with her during live shows. Like we have Sagu, like SUG, Sagu. Their guitarist is one of their the people who create her music and also play live with her. Unfortunately, it won't be a band style set this time for our event, but it's still gonna be a good show. I promise you that. Mazo, you also seen Mad Jamie.
I've seen Mad Jamie twice, and both times were kind of like it just happened. And both times were really fun. I've seen her once with a band in Shimokitazawa for a festival that I was at for Idols. So it was an Idol fest, and it was a totally different experience compared to the other Idols, because one, they had a band, and two, it's metal. Like, it was such an awesome palate cleanse during that event. Not to say that like the Idols weren't great too, but with the Idols, I'm kind of there to, you know, drink and like help people fly around the area. But like with Mad Jamie, there's like a proper mosh and everything. It was really fun. The music is great too.
Secondarily.
Yeah, the atmosphere is fantastic. So that's gonna be. I'm really excited to see that as like our opener, because that's gonna set like a really cool tone. And then, as you said, it's starting out kawaii, but like really interesting kawaii, and it's just gonna get progressively crazier.
Yeah. So I've seen Mad Jamie both in Japan and abroad, but like when she played in Japan, it's a completely different vibe, I would say. And also, as you said it's a good like cleanser, because at idol shows it's very everything is very the same, like with most of the bands. But like when I went to her show in Japan, I asked the fans around, like, because I had no experience before that with her live shows in Japan. I was asking them, so is this gonna be like a live show, like a idol show with like Visual-kei? Like, because a lot of the band, the idol groups before, it was a lot of like foodie. So I was a bit afraid I wouldn't be able to kind of like get along with the other fans there. So they were like, no, it's, you just do whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's great. So it's more like a rock show. And then we're like, yeah. So yeah.
I mean, there's still some foodie that goes on, but it's not like the main thing. There's a lot more lifts than at most metal shows too, because that's very much an idol thing. Lift is, of course, when you put someone on your shoulders and you kind of stand them up so that they're up there like, oh, the heart sign at you, oh, and then they come back down. It's like what you do during like your favorite song or when your favorite member takes center stage.
No offense, but you're not a small guy, so
I don't get lifted.
Okay.
I do the lifting.
Yeah. Okay, you do the lifting. Yeah. So I was gonna say I was surprised that you got lifted.
No, I mean I do the lifting. They've tried to lift me, and I'm like, no, it's okay. But my buddy Josh, he's really into idols, and he's bigger than me. He's taller than I am and everything. No complex about that. But we lifted him one time for like the final show of his favorite group, and he's probably going to be at our event, which will be really cool, because if there is any foodie that needs kind of organizing, he's with it.
But you were one of the guys who helped lift him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's reassuring.
So, okay, one thing I've learned over the years, going specifically to Antonov, there's this particular crowd of guys who are basically like every show that I'm at.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love them dearly from the bottom of my heart. Occasionally, even me, they'll usually in the middle of songs that they really like, they'll just crowd surf everybody. Like they'll like run up to their buddies in the pit, like throw their arms over the shoulders and be like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
And they'll get lifted. And every so often, I'll be having a really nice time about the second row from the front, like, yeah, music is amazing. My life is one. Oh, I'm flying. Oh, I'm a lot taller than I was 2 seconds ago. Okay, this is my life now. All right, fantastic. But
You're a cloud.
just floating above the sweat and the fun times in the mosh pit. Having a really wonderful time. But yeah, it's everybody's really respectful about it. It's really fun. But I do think maybe we should start getting the, like stood up so you can heart at your favorite member lists going in Metal Mosh Pit. So
I think we can make it happen. I really do.
Well, it has to be like organic. Like you don't just plan it. Like okay, at 5 o'clock we're doing this.
Yeah, but I mean, I do yell at Seiichi, bassist for GUNGIRE, to marry me. So.
But the guys that you were talking about, like I know exactly what who you're talking about, and they're very proactive in terms of like the interaction with artists, and sometimes they do like this, like it's not like taunting, but like they do the hand gesture, like come on forward, like or wherever, like. But it's essentially a sign to like, okay, come on, do a stage dive, and that's so fucking awesome when they do that, because the artists they're singing and they're kind of like keeping eye contact in a very like subtle way, because they don't want to break the immersion. So they are aware of the gestures, and so then like when they feel like it's time, they just do a stage dive, and the crowd is ready for it.
Yeah. I don't think I know of anyone who's eaten it at an anti-knock. I've heard of it happening at other places. I know people who have not been caught as well.
Ooh.
But I don't think it's... I'm sure it has happened, but I've never heard about it happening there.
I've had whole ass grown men land on me at other venues. Like,
the ass part?
Ass
yeah,
first?
pretty much. No, like ass first, like straight on the top of my head. My man, it's like the stage at Garrett in Shibuya, which is like the venue that's 1 floor above Cyclone. They're neighbors. And I was like on the left-hand side, and there's like, the mosh guys in the middle, and the left-hand and right-hand sides were fairly quiet. Left-hand side was full of girls. We were having a nice time trying to stay safe from all the scary stuff. And a guy like ran up on stage and stage dived, but he didn't like stop to look where he was going before he jumped. So he just like ran on from the middle, hard left, did a 180, and then came back and just like full-bodied starfish leapt into the tiny girl corner. And I happened to be the person in the middle who looked up and was like, "Oh, my hands aren't ready for this." And so the next thing I knew, I was on the floor.
Man.
But yeah, none of that, No, everybody's really nice. They really look out for you. Like, it doesn't matter what show you go to, the crowd is generally like really chill. Or if they're not chill, they're paying attention. Like, nobody's just moshing to injure people. Everybody knows what's up.
Yeah, I don't want to break the image of anti-knock, but like it really depends on which band. Like I've been to one of the underground idol groups that play in anti-knock, and that was a bit weird.
What do you mean?
Like some of the guys did not know about their surrounding, in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Like there's no perfect live house
Except anti-knock.
But like, it really depends on what type of group is playing. But at anti-knock, it's also that there's a lot of them are regulars. So that's why I feel like, that's why anti-knock feels a bit more like a home in a sense, because you have the people that you know and that you kind of like trust, even if you don't actually know them like as friends. Like at the live house, we're all like friends essentially. And
Family.
Yeah, a family. Yeah. Sorry.
See you in the pit.
Yeah. So.
That's written on the door, by the way.
So yeah, that's what's great with anti-knock. So, but yeah, the show that I was talking about, there were none of the like regulars at that one, because of the bands that were playing were like a little bit like off. So.
I mean, generally, it's I'm gonna sound really old right now.
Right now.
I already sound old.
You're not very self-aware.
Oh god. But there's compared to like 10, 15 years ago when I was going to shows, typically, or even like before Corona, like the vibe before Corona and the vibe after Corona, people seem to have forgotten how to mosh in a group. I say nobody, like it's a lot more common in my experience these days going to shows that people don't really pay attention to other people, or they're very much doing their own thing. Like I once watched a guy who was standing on the edge of the pit, like looking away from the pit, get full body slammed by somebody from within the pit, and it's like, bitch, do you have no manners? That's not how this works. He wasn't even looking at you. Kind of a thing, but it's just, yeah. There's the like middle-aged dude crowd knows what's up though. Like,
Yeah.
Were those middle-aged guys that you were talking about that didn't really know how to mosh?
No, it's always like 20-year-olds.
Yeah, so okay, so that's what I was wanted to get at. That
Gosh darn kids.
so
Today's youth, man.
one of the reasons why I think like these like typical like metal bands might have a more mature crowd in the sense that they take care of each other, like the fans take care of each other, is because they've been to enough shows to understand that, and the people that are just coming into the live house scene, they just want to like get fucked, like yes, yes. So I think that's why their approach is just like get as crazy as possible. While the maybe older crowd, they get crazy while also being attentive and aware of the fans around them. And that's what you see even at like during race shows, like people like pick other people up if they fall from like mosh pits and wall of death and things like that. Like their priority during a wall of death, like first you smash, not in a sexual way, but then you look around and try to pick up people who might be down, and that's so great with the fans that are a bit more experienced, is that they take care of each other.
It's a big community at the end of the day, right? So you want to take care of the other people that you know are coming, who are into the same kind of things as you, because that's how you keep it going. If you scare people off by being a dickhead, you're not going to have a community left at the end of the day. So it makes sense to take care, grow your garden, plant those seeds of friendship. I might punch you in the face, but it's cool. We're bros.
Okay, so in the past, like me, Mazo and I, we talked about like, I bullshit about like Visual-kei fans, how they can't really take a punch, not literally, but
Talking about the Visual-kei fans in particular, again, nothing really against them, but when we talk about can you take a hit or whatever, it's not like, oh, are you ready to get hit and then like enjoy it? It can be like, wow, I wish that didn't happen, and just like maybe take a step away or kind of brush the person off or something. But what tended to happen with me in the States at the Visual-kei shows I'd go to is if like somebody did bump somebody like on the outer edge of the pit, it was like, oh sorry, man, oh my god, like you've committed the worst sin ever. Do you know how long this hair took me to get set up? And it's like, yeah, but I stepped on your shoe a little bit. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. So speaking about Visual-kei, so we wanted to make it a little bit more Visual-kei, right? The show.
We reached out to some Visual-kei bands, but evidently 9 months ahead of time was way too late.
Wow.
Like I'm genuinely not kidding when I say I was reaching out to people in January, and they got back to me in January or early February, and they were like, oh, I'm really, really sorry. I need to check our schedule, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it because we already have some bookings for like September. I was like, what? Okay. So it's not like we tried, okay? I promise we tried. But really and truly, these folks are booked like months and months and months ahead of actual things happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of, on the one hand, really impressive, and on the other hand, a little bit scary.
Yeah, having that kind of commitment all the time, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of them, I imagine, work under Dimrays, so like for an office, for an agency. They're not independent in the sense that they're doing everything by themselves. Like they have managers, they have people who organize their hair, their makeup, their recording studios, their transport to and from things, who handle all the merch and stuff. And like, you guys just work on the music and look hot. It's great. Okay, fantastic. That's your whole job. And they're like, oh yeah, let's go. Obviously, there's like, you know, probably people who are more involved with the other aspects of things. It will depend on how big their agency is, all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Let me just add that Nocturnal Bloodlust is not Visual-kei yet.
Yeah, not Visual-kei. They have stepped away.
Yeah.
Now they are pure metal.
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 Is Deer on Grey still considered visual?
I mean, they become even more Visual-kei now recently. Like compared
to like 2008-ish, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, when they did Family Values, that goes all the way back like 2004 to like 2010. I would say they were not very Visual-kei.
No, they were not. They kind of, they went from Visual-kei all the way to metal, and now they're kind of floating more towards Visual-kei in my opinion, but it's more like a new like avant-garde kind of style. You know, they're older, they're wiser, they have life experience, they want to look more put together, but at the same time they kind of just want to dress how they want, is how I kind of see it. But they also know who their target audience is, which is Bangya my age.
Well, I think it's more intentional now, their outfits and things like that. I mean, when you're a bit, like when you're starting out as a Visual-kei band, you might just want to look Visual-kei, but you don't know, like let's say like Jiluka, they have a very like distinct certain look that they're going for. But like maybe a new Visual-kei band, they might just want to look Visual-kei, but they don't really know or like have a concept that is solid enough to be like something that you can replicate across like different releases or eras.
Yeah, I mean that's just Visual-kei, but that's a little bird walk that we just had talking about Visual-kei. But on the subject of Visual-kei and metal, there are other bands that we have that don't necessarily have a background of Visual-kei, but we all have our experiences with these other bands. For the most part, collectively, I think here the most experience is with GUNGIRE. But Laura, you technically work for GUNGIRE sometimes.
Yes.
Which includes, you know, doing merch, like not making the merch, but selling merch at the show.
Well, also full transparency, Matsumoto from GUNGIRE also sometimes helps JROCK News.
Yeah. He helps. Yes.
He's our token Japanese person.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's
not as much as Seiichi.
His official role is professional Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's professionally Japanese.
Yeah.
I
use
great.
it to check all my emails.
Nice. But in that experience, some of the other bands that are here play with them a lot too.
Yeah, it's I think from the bands that we do have, I think the one that they played the most with might be Dimrays.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean Dimrays is great. The first time I saw them live, like it was one of it was of course Anti-Knock, and it was a great show. Like it was one of the shows where the fans like we talked about it like being like a family. It was one of those shows, and people got thrown up in the air like all the time, and like you could see this faces of the artists like they were performing, like they were so happy like with the outcome of the show. Dimrays is also like I was surprised by. I think the kind of like the gap that they say in Japanese. The gap, what's that in English?
The gap.
Oh, like the moe gap, like the difference between the here is how I look and here is how I sound.
Exactly, and Dimrays they look like without trying to sound weird, but young girls. Like they have that kind of like youthful look, and yeah, their band and music is super heavy. So that was a surprise for me, and yeah, the whole experience was really good.
Yeah, they are really good fun. I've seen them a couple of times. Most of the time that I have been at a live house where they've been performing, I've been working. So I typically duck out to take a small break when the bands are playing, because that's the only time I get. But they're really good fun. Their music is a big like mishmash of a bunch of different genres, but with a really heavy like metalcore bass. So there's something for everybody in there, really.
Yeah, there is.
Why are you looking weird?
I mean, I always look at you. But so, Dimrays, I'm excited to see them. I've been at some of their shows too, and I find them to be very enjoyable.
Yeah, that's great.
The other one though, the one I wanted to hear a little bit more from you guys about is the SLOTHREAT. Yeah, I've seen their name so many times, and I think I've been at their shows, but like because of scheduling or other things, either I couldn't stay for their set, or I made it there late, because a lot of times I do go to Antinaka's when I get off of my regular job, and I get off and go straight to Shinjuku, but I usually miss like a good chunk of the beginning of the show. But SLOTHREAT, they're really cool. They're always playing with good people.
They are. So they're heavy, but they also include a lot of like ambient sound and a lot of really heavy melodic stuff. Kaz, their vocalist, absolutely phenomenal voice.
Yeah.
I believe Katsuya, like their main composer and the guitarist, one of the guitarists, used to play in a Visual-kei band, but I don't remember. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it was. I forgot exactly which band it is, but I think even Kaz had a Visual-kei background as well.
I think so. Yeah, his voice is ridiculous, and the tracks that Katsuya makes are really like technically impressive. So if you like a more kind of like technical, vibey, ambient kind of metal deal, you'll really, really, really like SLOTHREAT.
Yeah, I like their music, especially when I saw it live the first time. They played all of my favorite songs from their stuff, so that was it felt like the set list was like big for me. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are thinking about me while you're on it. That's so nice of you.
But yeah, the band is expanding also. They're getting a lot of like overseas attention.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and we'll probably see some more stuff about them in terms of like their growth.
Hopefully in the near future.
That sounded very like somebody here might know something. But okay.
Maybe, but like you'll hear it as soon as we hear about it.
Okay, great. Fantastic. I love to hear it. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't really talked about Nokubura beyond saying that they're not Visual-kei yet either, have we really?
Yeah, maybe we haven't.
So I haven't had the opportunity to go and see them live yet, but I do enjoy how ridiculously brutal their sound has been and seems to be getting more. They're heavy as fuck, man. Like they're so good.
So yeah, so the thing is, I think a lot of like the people in the staff and also like most overseas fans liked them better in the past, like when they were more like Visual-kei and also Kaski was of course in the band back then. Kaski with the white hair and the outfits and things like that. But yeah, I personally am more of a like metalcore fan. So for me, I like the transition, but of course I completely respect Kaski's work because he's a genius, this guy. Nocturnal Bloodlust as they are now, I'm not gonna say no to them. Like they're really good right now, and also like the members that they have now, super technical. Like they know this shit, and also Hero's vocals these days.
Oh yeah.
Like this guy has such a good control of his voice. It's crazy, and Also, not to talk a little bit about their like darker side of their background, but like they did put Lin on guitar, which was the guitarist from Abstract. But I mean, unfortunately, he's not in the band anymore due to
We don't talk about Bruno.
possessing of something. But yeah, like they've been putting people and also making music that completely resonate with me. So that's why I really, really love Nocturnal Bloodlust.
And hopefully you, the listener.
Yeah, if it's heavy, I fucks with it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on that boat all day. Yeah, heavier is better. So it goes without saying, every band, everything involved in this event is top class, including us, JROCK. These bands are fantastic. Like our whole everything wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for how great these bands are. They're inspirational to us as, you know, hobbyists that have taken a little bit of an extra step to try and spread our hobby a little bit more. That's the kind of mission statement of JROCK News in a way. It's like, I'll never forget one of the coolest things that Kanta from Deviloof said was around the time that Aisaku left, because they joined at the same time. Aisaku told him, because he was kind of a little more in his shell than the rest of them, he told him, if you think something's cool, just do it as hard as you can. Do your thing as hard as you can and you'll be fine. And Kanta is a fantastic drummer. Deviloof is wildly successful now, and he said that really stuck with him, and he does other stuff. He does videos on YouTube. He streams games, he streams drums, he does all the cool fun stuff. And that's, you know, it happened for me later hearing that, obviously, but that's kind of what JROCK News has always been for me. Just kind of, what do I like? Well, like it harder.
If you wanna, the thing is, you compared us with Kanta's like drumming career. The thing is, his YouTube drumming career, he has branded it with a virgin drummer or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what you're comparing us with.
Yeah, that's okay. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I agree. I love Kanta.
There's nothing wrong with being a virgin or being a drummer.
That's true.
I'm sorry. Like, I was just trying to connect all that in my head. Like, yeah, you're right, I guess.
JROCK News is the virgin drummer.
But yeah, to kind of like go back to the topic, I completely agree almost, with except for some parts, that it is a passion like project. Like all of us, we're just doing this on our free time. Like none of us is really like getting anything out of it except like just pure joy of doing this.
I get paid in exposure.
Yeah, like
Big bucks.
Yeah, exactly, and you can see that Maso is like number one on Twitter now. But
certainly hope not.
But yeah, we're all just like passionate fans, and yeah, no one is making any money of this. We're just doing this of like pure joy and fun as a hobby.
Yeah.
The bands are getting paid, right?
The bands are
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
The bands are sorry. The bands are getting paid, but we're not getting paid.
That is correct, which is why you need to buy tickets.
Yeah.
WW no.
No, there's no WW. It's just jrocknews.com/pulse.
-vol1.
Wow. Get your tickets while you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, shameless plug over and done with.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a passion project. None of us get paid.
Yeah.
No?
If anything, sometimes it costs us a little bit. Maybe some of us a little more than others. But it's you know, it's what we do. We're happy for these 10 years. I mean, we talked a little bit about how Laura, you know, backpacked us to this event. So everything about this event really has been a lot of what Laura has done. But for you, what has it always been like as a member of JROCK News?
Well, my primary job for JROCK News is translating things. So, you know, we get press releases or people release interviews or statements. And I'm the guy who will swoop in and be like, here's how you say this in English. Go for it. So for me, being able to use this skill that I have, that I use for my day job nowadays to help people who can't read Japanese or who can't understand fully things to be able to fully understand what the artists they follow are saying, or like bring new information that they wouldn't have seen before to people who can't search in Japanese or can't read in Japanese is really something that's really, I'm glad to do it, because when I was a wee young baby, I relied on the people in the community who translated all this shit from Japanese to English and shared it on forums, elderly forums, and like MySpace and stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna stop talking before I make myself feel even older. But
what's MySpace?
A long time ago, there was a man called Tom.
He was friends with everyone.
I think I'm friends with that guy. Yeah.
Tom was friends with everybody. Tom decided to make a house for all of his friends to live in, and he called it MySpace.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's really, I'm really happy to be able to give back to the community that helped me learn and find things and discover amazing artists before even being able to search this quickly on the internet was a thing too. We didn't have a lot of resources back then. It's a lot easier now, but I'm really happy and really proud to be part of the team that's contributing to getting this information out there to people.
Yeah, I mean, one of our, like, we probably don't have any stated it anywhere, but like we want to make things accessible for everyone, at least English speakers.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure that we have other listeners, readers that don't have English as their first language, but it may be easier for them than kanji.
Yeah.
So
Kanji is hard, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I get the whole thing is pushing accessibility, raising up smaller bands.
Yep.
I mean, that's what's I think also really cool about this event is that a lot of them are kind of smaller bands. That's kind of what makes them a little special sometimes, but I want them to continue putting out the amazing music they're putting out. So I'm going to try to do my part when I can, like in free time kind of thing.
Yeah.
But,
So for me to kind of reiterate of some of the things we already talked about, but like these bands are really like bands I personally love. I'm rooting for them, like all of these bands.
yeah,
Same.
for the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, and also think that like in general that they're a great fit for like JROCK News, especially for like a 10th year anniversary.
So we're hoping that everybody's gonna make an effort to, catch the live stream. If you're out here in Japan, try and make it to the show. You could be out here in Saga or something. So like then you're also a live stream person. But we'd love to see you there.
So where will the show be?
Shinjuku Antinock. Yeah, it's honestly hands down best live house in Japan. No pillars, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're looking forward to it. Any final words from you guys before we close this out? Because we only have this booth for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, almost quite literally, into getting all of this set up. It's been months in the making, and I'm really, 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 really excited that it's finally happening and we're this close to it, and that everybody gets to come and see all these really cool bands, either in person or join on the live stream. There's a chat on the live stream, so you can go crazy with your keyboard spamming. It's really reasonably priced. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited. I'm excited to celebrate 10 years of JROCK News, and I'm excited to celebrate with really fucking sick bands, some of whom I am lucky enough to call my friends, who I am eternally grateful for their support and their trust in us getting this event going. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there, otherwise I will waffle and maybe cry.
And for me, we've been working on this a lot the recent months, and something that didn't even register to me until recently is that the bands were, of course, writing their own like announcement tweets and things like that, and they were posting our event with our event flyer. The whole thing there felt unreal. Yeah, like these are the bands that we look up to, and they are posting an event that we're hosting. So it took me some time to register that. because I was so proud about the fact that we were able to do this. And of course, as I mentioned, we love these bands, so that itself kind of like made it even more special.
Yeah, we love these bands, and we want you to love them too. One more time, join that live stream if you can. Again, reasonably priced.
Very reasonable.
I'm sure the chat is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more the merrier, and we're grateful to our listeners and readers too, because like you guys are there to take the content that we help put out. So this is for the bands, this is for us, and this is for everyone, I would say.
Thanks for being here.
Well, we're not in the back, as I said before, but it's about time to get out. So, as always, I've been your host, Mazo, with special guest,
As sweaty as a bat.
and our specialist guest, Laura.
Hi!
Alright, we'll see you in the next one.
どうもありがとうございました。
やばい。
I always look at you.